Yeah, today I'm going to be talking about change. Basically, what I have experienced. Kind of like my own experiences, some lessons that I've learned. I have some slides. But basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to record. I'm recording now, and then I'm going to make this into a YouTube video, and then basically to put it on the chat so everyone else can see as well.
Can the camera pick up your voice? Do you have a microphone?
Oh yeah, I'm using my phone.
Okay.
And then I can edit it later. Okay, well, an introduction. If you can't read the slide, that's fine. So, my name's Chris. I'm 19. I have 3 siblings, and I have a pet rabbit who is currently down there. Her name is Pretzel. She is about 7 years old. Yeah. And I have like a million hobbies, which include playing the drums, rollerblading, skateboarding, football, basketball, many more sports, and many more things. And I also have a YouTube channel. So, yeah. Okay, so the first main point I want to talk about is that change is an opportunity to grow. This is the first main point I want to cover. So, some things I've learned from my own experiences is that when you like make a mistake or do something wrong, it's like maybe like externally it's like a mistake, but internally there's a lesson that can be learned. So yeah, I've got here written, there are no mistakes, only lessons. So it's like it's a good mentality to see the things that you do wrong or like mess up in as a lesson to do better for next time. And also lessons will be repeated until they're learned. You may or may not like relate to this or understand this, that like maybe it's like the same conversation that comes up, or like it's the same event that comes up, or maybe like you go somewhere different and like you meet someone and they're kind of the same person, or like they're a similar person that you've already met before. And it's this concept that like if you don't, I guess like the spirit world is trying to help you to learn how to maybe like set boundaries, or like be more positive, or think more for others. Maybe if you struggle to, for example, and they will continually try to give you opportunities to learn. And then so another thing is, change may feel difficult in the moment, but once it finishes, you are a better person because of it. I think a really good example I can give is when me and my family were moving house here to here. It was we had like a month or like 2 months where we were like doing stuff and we were getting ready to move. It was I guess kind of chaotic. It was a bit like maybe at times it would feel a bit like stressful or like uncomfortable, but we are better people because of it. And I know that if we were to move again, then we already have like an experience of moving, so we kind of know how it goes. So that is my first main point. And it's like seeing change as an opportunity instead of like something that's hard, or you just have to like go through tough things. It's like it's less like just an external thing and more like about the lesson that you can learn from it. So the second main point I want to touch on is you only grow as much as you allow yourself to. So I would like to introduce you to something called the counterclockwise experiment, which was an experiment or a study done by someone called Dr. Ellen Langer, I think that's how you pronounce her name, 1978, and it involved 8 men and they were in their late 70s or 80s, late 70s or early 80s, and they were like all in this same, I guess, building for like a retreat. And they were given the instruction to speak in the present tense, but as if they were living 20 years earlier in the 1950s, for example. Yeah, that was their instructions. And basically, yeah, so these old men, they're now, instead of them being in their current time, they now start to speak, they start to think, they start to act, with each other as if it's the 1950s, and they're, talking in this way. Like, imagine, like, now if I were to tell you, okay, now start to speak, think, and act like it's 2005 or 2004 if you were alive. Like, then that's the kind of thing, that's the kind of vibe. And basically what happened is their vision improved, their sight improved, their sight improved, their hearing improved. Some of the men came to the retreat with walking sticks, and I don't think all of them, but some of those men that came in with walking sticks walked out without a walking stick, without needing to go on a walking stick. So basically, this experiment kind of proved that you can, if you put your mind in a particular place, in a different place physically, it can affect your body, which is pretty crazy. It's not often you hear, my great grandfather or grandmother, their hearing improved. You don't often hear that. You don't often hear that. So yeah, this is a pretty big deal for the, I guess, like, scientific community and research community. So yeah, I guess you could say, like, okay, yeah, you only grow as much as you allow yourself to. So it's like, yeah, in that moment they were, I guess, giving themselves permission to become their earlier self, who was more healthier, you could say. So yeah, so now I want to talk about something called detachment. So this is in reference to, like, if you want to bring something different into your life, or you want to make some kind of change in any area of your life, detachment is this concept of not being overly, like, worried about it, or like being, like, removed from the outcome and just following the process. So yeah, not being worried about the end result. And yeah, I think through when you do this, when you're able to kind of, like, step back and, like, allow, like, God or the spirit world or the universe, however you see it, to take care of the end result, then I feel like it's a lot easier to, go through the process. Change is long term. So yeah, I think this is mainly in reference to our bodies, that our bodies can't change really, really quickly in the space of, like, 5 to 10 minutes, like your mind can, or like you can change what you're thinking about. But your body takes time, because obviously in your brain, it needs to, for your brain to change, or for your body to change, your brain needs to grow different networks, different neural networks, as they're called, and that takes time. So it's important to see change as something that's long term, and something that requires consistency. Consistency leads to success. So that's like, putting in the daily reps or the weekly reps, if it's like going to the gym, or maybe you go on a run every now and then, or if it's like, or maybe if you're studying for something, like, whatever it is, it requires consistency to see, like, big change. Yeah, I think that this quote from a book called Atomic Habits, I really like it. It's like the biggest outcomes are always delayed. So yeah, if there's something that you want to see, some kind of change, then it's important to realize that it's not going to happen very quickly, that that the change is going to happen over a longer period of time of dedication. Yeah. And then yeah, being worried creates resistance. You push away what you want from yourself. So yeah, when you're not detached from the outcome, you're yeah, if you're like worried about something happening or not happening, then yeah, you create this resistance, and you basically push it away. You push away the outcome or what you want or what you don't want. Yeah, and it's because like yeah, sometimes it's like it doesn't really make sense. It's like, oh, I want this, and I'm thinking about it. Why won't it come to me? But I think it's because you feel when you feel desperate. Yeah, it's this desperation. It's like if you can feel like someone is really really desperate to come to you or talk to you, to always be around you, it kind of feels like like I don't want to be near you kind of thing. It's like yeah, it's that kind of vibe. It's like imagine if what you want is a person and you're always desperately trying to reach out to them, trying to bring them towards you. Yeah, they won't want to be near you because you're basically not making the space. You're not making the space. Instead, if you just allow them to just do what they want, then they're actually much more likely to come to you. This outcome is much more likely to come to you. Yeah. Yeah, and then affirmations. This is something that will help. This is something that helps. Yeah, I found this crazy website when I was doing when I was preparing for this, that talks about affirmations. Yeah, I can when I edit it and then put this video on the group chat, I can put the website link there as well for you to see if you're interested. And then yeah, giving yourself permission to change. Like yeah, wait, what was it? Yeah, you only grow as much as you allow yourself to. Like yeah, I remember seeing somewhere, it's like, or hearing somewhere on a video, like you can be pushed 3 times further and still be successful. So yeah, it's this idea of like you may not know your own limits. So yeah, okay. And then the third point is you are changing right now. Yeah. So yeah, every moment is a new moment, and it's an opportunity to grow. And yeah, if there was something that you were thinking about doing, you can make today the day one of that journey, of that change. And yeah, like is of course it takes time to change your mindset or the way that you see the world, or see how you can grow, or like take what's the word, like take opportunities that come to you. But yeah, it's like every moment is an opportunity to change if you can see it that way. And it's usually, more often than not, it's like a smaller change. It's a smaller change that is possible right now in the short term, but if you can commit consistently to doing something, then it will lead to a long term change that you want, a bigger change. For example, with stretching, I started stretching as part of my morning routine maybe around a year ago, or maybe even more than that. And I remember when I started, I found it very difficult to do the stretches that I was doing. like to do them completely. But now, but now it's like I can very easily do the stretch because I've done it like almost every single morning, without missing day. Almost. I have missed some days, but yeah, mostly for the majority of the time since I started and up to now, I have been stretching every morning. So yeah, and yeah, so now I'm much more flexible than I was 1 year ago. This is an example. And yeah, give yourself permission to change. You don't need to wait to be told you can change. Yeah, you don't need to wait. This idea of like taking responsibility. Um, yeah. Of course, there are some things that may involve other people, but not everything will involve someone else to help you to start. At least some things you can do all by yourself. So yeah, I guess you can take this as a reminder that if you'd like to change something, to think about how you can start within yourself. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for listening. Thank you.